I have racked my brain trying to figure out how to best review this movie. Do I give it the full review treatment? Can I give it the full review treatment? Is it even worth it? Because truth be told, it's a Dwayne Johnson action movie that features Chris Evans playing a character that I'm pretty sure was originally written for Ryan Reynolds. Its budget is about $200 million higher than it should be, partially due to The Rock being a prima donna twat waffle, and also due to using CGI in place of set design and character makeup. There's a crazy witch who kidnaps Santa, who's played by J.K. Simmons, which is cool. This witch kidnaps Santa so she can harness his power to create these snow globes that trap people in them for all eternity, and she's planning to use them on every single person on the naughty list. And The Rock is like Santa's lead bodyguard, so he teams up with this secret agency headed by Lucy Liu to find Santa, and in order to do that, they need the help of Chris Evans, who's this freelance hacker who's on like the worst section of the naughty list. Apparently, there are multiple tiers or levels to a person's naughtiness, and his character is a level 4 naughty lister. Like so many big-budget movies that have come out over the past decade and a half, Red One feels less like a movie and more like a checklist of things that studio executives think audiences want. Beef Castle protagonist, comic relief sidekick, super secret alphabet soup agency that exists only because the boomer-brained bozo who wrote this movie thought it sounded cool. At least one deadbeat dad character with a redemption arc because current Hollywood is run by people with unresolved daddy issues who have yet to figure out how badly the rest of us wish they would just fuck off into therapy. In short, this is the kind of movie that's assembled in a focus group with the intention of making something that can appeal to as broad an audience as possible, resulting in a product that appeals to pretty much nobody. It's the product of something I like to call conveyor belt filmmaking. This movie wasn't created, it was manufactured. Perhaps the funniest thing about this movie is that it was originally going to be a straight-to-streaming release before The Rock pushed for it to be released in IMAX, his reason being that he saw Chris Nolan's Oppenheimer, an R-rated biopic about the man who frontlined the Manhattan Project, and thought, if we release Red One in IMAX, it's game over. We've got a foolproof hit. Except Oppenheimer looked like a movie. This looks like it was shot for streaming. The colors don't pop, there really isn't much depth in the framing half the time. It's one of those movies where the studio was hoping that the actors and the CGI will be enough to distract you from how lifeless and hollow the rest of the movie is. The CGI is serviceable at best, but a hollow movie with half-decent CGI is just an overly expensive effects showcase. Just ask Disney. The cast, whether it's The Rock, whether it's Chris Evans, whether it's J.K. Simmons or Lucy Liu, or Christopher Hivju, who plays Santa's disgraced brother Krampus, or Kiernan Shipka, who plays the main villain, Grilla the Winter Witch, or Bonnie Hunt, who plays Mrs. Claus. Every single actor in this movie deserves a stronger script, a movie with more bite in it, and a director who gives an ounce of a shit. Yes, even The Rock deserves better. And I know it's become a meme in recent years that The Rock is just playing himself in everything he's in, and he's become the next Steven Seagal, and I get it. I do. But I don't care. Dear Dwayne, maybe stop surrounding yourself with yes men and do what Arnold Schwarzenegger did. Surround yourself with people who are going to constantly push you, and maybe you'll beat the manufactured fame accusations. And since I'm dishing out unsolicited advice, Chris Evans, you are not Ryan Reynolds. Stop fucking trying to be. In conclusion, if you want a Christmas-themed action movie that's released much more recently than Die Hard, just watch Violent Night with David Harbour and John Leguizamo. Red One is not the kind of movie that's going to stick with you after you watch it. It's not a future Christmas classic. It's the kind of movie that you put on at a Christmas party for background noise to keep the kids occupied for a couple hours. With that in mind, folks, thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more reviews, gameplay videos, or whatever else, subscribe to the channel. We've just broken that 600 sub mark. We're on the road to 700. Thank you all so much. If you want to get access to new videos 24 hours in advance, or just want to help out the channel, you can become a channel member for just $1. If you don't want to spend the buck, don't sweat it. Your views alone are enough to keep me going. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.